Hey, what's going on guys, this is 12th Harbinger, and in this video I am going to give you a build guide for Ayaka including her best weapons, artifacts and team comps. Let's jump right into it. Starting with her talents, Ayaka's burst is her main source of damage. It hits up to 20 times, has a pretty high scaling, and after the last hit it will explode and do a bigger bloom damage. Her burst has a high energy cost, but you can use a cryo battery like Diona to solve her energy problems. Her burst can also snapshot, which means if you buff her burst at the start, it will remain till the end of her burst. Her elemental skill also has a pretty good scaling and additionally buffs your normal and charged attacks due to her passive. Her sprint infuses her attack with cryo and applies cryo to nearby enemies. Due to her passive, Kanten Senmu Blessing, after hitting an enemy with cryo at the end of her sprint, Ayaka will restore 10 stamina and gain 18% cryo damage bonus. Her charged attacks have pretty good scaling. You can use it during her downtime. For her talent priority, level her burst as it is her main source of damage, followed by her normal attacks and elemental skill. A trick you can do to solve Ayaka's energy problem, use her elemental skill, and when the particles are traveling to you, use her burst. Moving on to her artifact sets, if you are using Ayaka in any sort of freeze comp, her best set is 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. This set will give you a lot of crit rate, so you can focus in stacking crit damage and attack on her. If you are using her in any other comp, you can use 2-piece Blizzard with any other 2-piece sets like 2-piece Noblesse or any 2-piece artifact set that gives attack percent or 2-piece emblem if you need energy recharge. 4-piece emblem set is also good for quickswap Ayaka as it converts 25% of your energy recharge into burst damage. For her artifact stats, attack percent on her sands, cryo damage bonus goblet and crit rate or crit damage on her circlet. However, with 4-piece Blizzard, you should use crit damage circlet. Also for freeze teams where you will be using the Blizzard set, attack percent circlet with good substats can also be a viable option depending on your stats. For her substats, you should go for crit stats, attack percent, and then getting a bit of energy recharge can be a nice addition. For 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, focus more on getting crit damage and attack percent from her substats because you will be getting a lot of crit rate from Blizzard Strayer and Cryo Resonance, where around 15 to 20% crit rate should be enough on your Ayaka. Now moving on to the next part, how much energy recharge do you really need on Ayaka? For this I recommend using her with a cryo battery like Diona. Diona can generate a lot of cryo particles with her elemental skill. You can give her Sacrificial or Favonius Bow for solving Ayaka's energy issues. If you are using Ayaka with a cryo battery, around 130% energy recharge should be enough to get her burst back on cooldown. With Emonoma Sword you can get away with a bit lower energy recharge. Now for her weapons, her best 4-star weapon is Emonoma Kageuchi, especially at R5. It has a nice passive which gives you energy and also has a good attack percent stat. For other 4 stars, Blackcliff Sword is a great option. Black Sword is also a good weapon, but if you are using Ayaka in freeze comp with 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, Blackcliff is better than Black Sword as you won't need much crit rate. Her signature weapon, Mistsplitter Reforged, is her best in slot. Summit Shaper, Jade Cutter are also a pretty great option for Ayaka. Moving on to Ayaka's team comps, her best team is Freeze Teams as she can make use of the Blizzard Strayer set. You will need a Hydro support like Mona, Kokomi or Xing Shu to perma-freeze your enemies. For the next slot you will need a cryo battery like Diona, Kaya, or Rosaria, which will allow your Ayaka to run on low energy recharge. Diona is great as she can also act as healer and shielder. For the 4th slot you can fit in any character. An Anemo unit is generally the best. They can use the Viridescent set. You can also get elemental damage bonus if you use Kazuha, or you can use Sucrus with Thrilling Tales for crowd control and attack percent buff. You can also use Jean if you need a healer. And Venti is the best with Ayaka if there are enemies who can be grouped with Venti's burst. Usually Venti is the best option for Ayaka But against elite bosses which are immune to crowd control, someone like Kazuha is better who can give more buff to your Ayaka. So generally for a freeze comp, you will need a hydro unit for freezing the enemies, a cryo battery, and the last slot is flexible, mostly an anemo unit. You can also use her in melt team comps with Shangling and Bennett, and for the last slot you can use an anemo unit like Sucrus, Kazuha, Venti, or another cryo unit like Kaya, Rosaria. You can also use Jing Shu for the last slot. Overall Ayaka is a very strong cryo DPS with very F2P friendly options, as her best 4-star weapon is Amanoma Kageuchi, which is craftable. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.
お、うん。